A niche game for niche people. That is, if your niche is immensely satisfying strategy games where your main opponent is an ever-advancing deadly blue fluid of death. No, I haven't lost my mind, I'm merely describing the brilliant series of games from Knucklecracker, Creeper World. The rather extensive demo of Creeper World 4 came out just the other day and I played the entire thing in a single sitting. Of course I knew I'd like it, I'm the fan of all the games that have come before, with the third being the high point in my personal opinion. The initial trilogy were all two-dimensional games, with depth being displayed via contouring, just like you'd see on a map. The fourth iteration, however, goes fully 3D, and it's glorious. The goal of the game is to establish an economy and defend against a relentless blue creeper. This is usually achieved by placing down extractors on open land to produce energy. Energy is expended to fuel weaponry and construct more buildings. Fortunately, energy generation is infinite, providing you keep your base connected in these web-like patterns. It's more of a balancing act than you might expect. Place too many down at once and starve the already constructed turrets of ammunition, allowing that brief moment for the creeper to break through. On the other hand, if you're too slow, your economy will be far too weak to hold back the tides and you'll be washed up in no time. The game does have a multitude of speed settings and you can pause at any time to plan your next expansion. The enemy here is dumb as can be, though it's not due to any fault of game design. The creeper is a Newtonian fluid and it behaves exactly how you'd expect it to. It's like runny jelly. It's a genius idea really, as every player will have an inherent understanding of the properties of such a liquid and how it tends to behave. We already know how it can be channeled through different elevations or held back by high walls until it floods over like a river bursting its banks. Anything it touches will be instantly destroyed, and such the creeper demands respect and tact to be dealt with properly. It's even more intimidating in the new demo, as full 3D gives true perspective to the sheer mass of fatal tidal force headed your way. I've been a hair away from total failure more times than I can count, but somehow you eventually fight back the blue mass to its spawn points, where you can lock them down with a weapon called a nullifier. Provided you keep the nullifier powered with energy, you won't have any more issues from that spawn. In the actual game, these spawns are called emitters and summon more creeper, depending on their properties. This demo has made some changes over Creeper World 3, that's for sure. Apart from the obvious perspective shift, there seems to be additional resources and materials required to fend off some of the more unique pests. I don't want to spoil any of the cool mechanics should you decide to play the third game, but while the creeper is absolutely the main threat, it's not the only threat. The turrets can blast creeper away, layer by layer, while the mortars fire much slower but can carve out a huge crater in the large masses of blue stuff. Other buildings like the rocket launcher and the sniper are intended to fend off much more specific threats that only help the creeper to break through your front line, but I'll leave you to get f***ed over by them just like everyone else the first time round. Maybe the footage on screen has sold you, maybe it's something you need to try for yourself, but I don't hesitate for a moment when I say Creeper World is one of the most memorable and innovative strategy games I've ever had the pleasure to play. Ever. There are some more advanced aspects to gameplay of course, but the fundamentals are pretty much covered. It's not exactly complex, but like I said in my Killing Floor 2 video, polishing simple mechanics to a mirror sheen is often much better than having complex mechanics that are just okay. This video isn't intended to be a super in-depth look like my other videos, but more of a public service announcement about a game that's really cool and deserves your attention. The Creeper World 4 demo is available on Steam right now for free, and Creeper World 3 is absolutely the best entry point if you wanted to buy a full release. Do it. It's cheap as chips. Literally. Also subscribe. Do it now. Cheers for watching. ProEspresso currently has no espresso, so chipping in on my Patreon can help me fix that. Also follow Twitter. Links in the description. Bye for now.